Okay, this is streaming. This time, I don't know if you can hear that dog barking, but and it's not this dog. Okay, and we go in here, and we go in Go Live. Lovely. Welcome to my life. That's not the topic. What? Okay, this is working. Lovely. This action is not available for this source. I cannot paste my title. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? And of course the keyboard doesn't want to work. Okay. Come on. Can I change the... Why doesn't cancel Go Live? Let me change the title. Welcome to my life. Welcome to my life. Is TikTok currently title that I cannot change for some reason, and I was able to change that beforehand, so let's just go with welcome to my life, I suppose. Go live. Maybe I can change it afterwards. Hello, welcome. It's 7 p.m. and on the dot we are starting the live stream. We're gonna wait until some people arrive here. Hello. Hi, oi mate, how are you? This is gonna be a lovely stream. It will last for 85 minutes because that's another goal that TikTok sets up. We are multi-streaming now on TikTok, Twitch and YouTube, which is freaking amazing. Streaming to no one. And I was not able to change the TikTok name. Can I change it now? Can I change TikTok title? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is the music not too loud? Let me know in the comments below. Can you hear me? Is the music not too loud? I have an agenda for today, which is lovely. Hey Double K, how is life? Okay. There's always something when you're doing a live stream. So for a long time I was not able to set up, and this is my 7th or 8th live stream, I guess, generally on TikTok, right? And I was not able to set up multi-stream before. Hello Explosive Pizza Goldfish, thank you for joining. I'm super excited. We're gonna do it for 85 minutes because that's TikTok's goal, I suppose. I don't know if I will survive, but I'll try. Can you hear me? Is the music not too loud? Let me know. Because I got a music as well in the background. It's crazy, I know. And because here we are streaming now on horizontal, on Twitch and on YouTube, so you can watch it there on horizontal as well, but it will be kind of at the same as this is here. Hopefully we're gonna get a recording of this live stream for the first time, so if you miss it or if you're only gonna be here for a moment, you can always rewatch it later. And we have a packed agenda for you today, and it's gonna be great. So great, finally I managed to set up TikTok, Twitch and YouTube, right? And I was very excited. I went all over the place, all around with all the platforms. I tried Streamlabs, I tried Stream Elements, and I thought Stream Elements will help, but because of reasons, which I won't go into it because I don't want to bore you just yet, it didn't work. So now I was ready to go and click live on TikTok, and TikTok, for first time ever, generic title for the stream. Fortunately the category was right, art, but I was not able to change the topic. I don't know why, so there's always something, and that's life. Hi Julie, you're not late. Thank you for being here. Once again, you apparently can hear me because nobody complains. Is the music in the background not too loud? I tested, I made a recording, I listened to it, and I think it's okay, but let me know if it's too loud or not, the background music. You don't hear music. You do not hear music. You don't hear any music. well, maybe it's changing one song to another. It's a playlist which is copyright free. And we're gonna stay in this scene. We won't be changing scenes because that can be crazy. Smash that like button because apparently that can help the algorithm spread out the live. If you have anybody to share it with, or if there's a button to press, do it. Because last time we had over 50 viewers, which is the top. And today I hope we're gonna reach 100 viewers and 50,000 likes. Let's see if we can do it. So, agenda for today is, here's the agenda. Actually, I need to, okay, I'm just gonna show it to you. I need to set up the camera as well. How is, thank you for registering for this live. I truly appreciate. I was so excited when I saw like 10 people registered yesterday, and today was like 19 people. Super stoked about it. Very long pause then, said Explosive Pizza Goldfish. Well, I don't know, man, it's the first time me trying this. Julie says, encourage more viewers to share. Thanks, Julie. Explosive Pizza Goldfish on TikTok says, I didn't like that many viewers, they spammed a lot. Yeah, that's the trouble with this, isn't it? What do you mean by they spammed a lot? And again, how is your Saturday? I hope it's great and you had a good meal already. Okay, so the agenda. And we're gonna talk about viewers spamming later, I guess. So here's the agenda for today. We're gonna chat, and I'm really interested in your opinions and your feedback. So during the live stream, we're gonna chat about how to be a successful artist, and you can even use it for art in general, how to be successful in art. Or, I mean, in any other branches of, you know, whatever is your dream to be doing. Because there's a lot of things to talk about, like AI and other things as well. And also we're gonna chat about my object show. I'm really excited that people are asking me about this, and I've been thinking about that as well. So we're gonna go into a little bit more detail on that and my thoughts behind it. Can't wait to share it with you. So I think we can, once we get a little bit more people, we're gonna do this. So I think we're gonna make some drawings, your requests, then one chat, then drawings, and then the second chat. And before people accumulate, so we have 15 people now, which is crazy great. I have two little smaller things that we can do. One of them is I'm gonna cut a bookmark. It's gonna take 5 seconds. And then organize pens, maybe. Also, hey Kenzo, can you see the rules? You can see the rules, right? Yes, the rules are on the screen, yeah. One more thing is, yeah, so I'm gonna be taking requests for art soon, but at the moment you can hold on with this. This is a PG-friendly stream, no swearing, we talk in English, so everybody is included. If you cross me, I'm gonna ban you straight away without thinking. Lately I've been getting some not nice comments, so I'm arriving to that place when you're gonna delete some comments because people get upset. People got upset because I drew ticket turning into wires from Tripwire, and some people are, oh, I don't like your stuff anymore. So I think that's gonna be more of that, and you cannot please everyone, like be sensible about it. Explosive Pizza Goldfish says, like 3 people kept sending the same one just to get seen more, so others would disappear. If this happens again, I will try to be more vigilant. I'm gonna ban them, or you let me know. Again, I said that probably not enough times. If you would like to be my moderator or anybody else that I know, and I know a couple of you by now, you're more than welcome to help out, because I'm just one simple person and I cannot moderate stuff. Yes. Hi, Angel. So I should add that in rules as well. Don't spam with the character you would like to get drawn, because that can get you banned. I might add that as well. Probably not today. Smash that like button and let's cut a bookmark. This is natural light today. I'm fine with being mod, I think. Well, and you know, no pressure. Like if there's something that I don't know what really it does entail, and thank you so much. So if it's like you don't have, you know, it is what it is, so it's all fine, like don't worry about it. So I can make you a mode, and then, you know, let's see if I can make you a mode and how. Explosive Pizza Goldfish. So just to remind the agenda for today, it's gonna be 85-minute stream which started 8 minutes ago. Yep, that's right. Hey V, welcome back. It's great to have you here. No, I don't see an option to make you a moderator. Add moderator, okay. Explosive Pizza Goldfish, you're gonna be a moderator. You can delete, you can ban, and be sensible about it, because I don't want you to turn out to be worse villain than the people you complained about, alright? And you can start comments as well. Let's turn that on. Okay. So you are now a moderator, Explosive Pizza Goldfish. And we're gonna see how you're doing. If anybody else would like to be a moderator, let me know. Basically, if somebody's crossing the line, spamming the messages saying 20 times that they want the same character, so I will see their message and not your message. That would be a warning first. You type, please stop doing that. And after, if the warning doesn't work, then ban. I think that's a sensible approach. I think I'm gonna be using sensible a word a lot today. I won't be a bad person, I'll try my best. I think you will do great. You're one of the best artists I know. You're way too kind. I don't want to not see your art. Or, me and you and me both. Alright, let's set this up. I always leave setting this up until we actually start streaming. I don't know. So it's a natural light today. And I hope the light will be the light will be still here after some time, because at the moment I don't have any lamp on the desk. I used to have a lamp that was like that was like a Pixar lamp from IKEA, and then I switched to a lamp that it's, you know, like a LED lamp, which came from free with Logitech camera. That's hello camera. But it's way too strong, so I removed that, and at the moment I have no lamp on the desk. Yes, smash that like button. Hi Dodge. Thank you. Great. Yes. Oh, it's gonna be great. I hope everybody is doing great today. Now, this is your live stream in a sense that if you have any other ideas, what would you like us to do, me to do during this live stream, besides drawing user requests, viewers requests. Sorry for calling you a user. You know, let me know in the comments. Hi Ola. Since I had free will, I came back and I might say hi. Great. And this will be on YouTube, so you can sub to me on the Atlas Cartoon Hero, and you should be able to watch this stream in horizontal afterwards, which I should put also somewhere there, but I guess I'm just gonna be reminding, because if I was to put all this information on the screen, you wouldn't see anything because it would be full of information. Hey Kenza. Right. Maybe I can add this. Don't spam requests. Maybe not. Can I edit stuff? Yeah. And add one more. Gonna add one rule. Don't spam multiple requests. And now we can move this, I guess, one line lower. Yeah, that should do the job. Apply. There you go. I added in the rules that don't spam with multiple requests. If you have a better idea, any of you, if you have a better idea how to word it, let me know. But this is point number 4. I think that's quite clear, I hope. Okay, the bookmark. So yeah, and sorry Twitch and YouTube, at the moment I don't have a preview of your comments, which I should be able to have, because I had it set up and now it's like gone. I actually created a aggregated chat in OBS so I can see chats from YouTube and from Twitch, and now it's gone. It is freaking gone, which is annoying. So let me go back to that. Let's first do this, and then I'm gonna check Twitch and YouTube comments. So this is full. I always check with markers what color I'm gonna draw, because I don't know the colors and why we are on the topic of colors. Hi Sylvia. Let's hold on with requests for drawings until we actually start drawing, please. Over time I will get better at this, and we're gonna figure out a better system, I hope. We are just chatting at the moment. User requests will be soon after, alright? Hope you can hold on to your horses. And if you want to request somebody, just do it once. Once I'm gonna say, you know, requests are fine. Don't spam. I took your advice, Explosive Pizza Goldfish, or feedback very seriously, as you can see. Yeah, so then I have those markers, which are not color coded, and I got them like 2 years ago, and I've been planning to color code them, so I might color code them as well, if that's something that we can do and chat. Okay, so cutting this into a bookmark. So I read Scott Pilgrim, the first one, once. I got those hardcover ones, and at the moment I'm just using the same stuff that I'm drawing your requests. Since I cannot really do anything much with this, I'm gonna cut it and create a bookmark. It's not gonna be straight, and who cares? Okay. In terms of, yeah, so that's the bookmark done. Smash that like button, which is crazy to say. And this goes here. Lovely. And once again, don't you love a smell of a fresh ink? Don't be shy in comments, besides asking for requests. People like asking requests, and that actually is working, right? So basically you are like you need to give people value, so you need to give people what they want, and maybe then they will like your stuff and be interested in your own stuff. So that's slowly it is happening, but it just takes time, and it is what it is. People aren't joining live stream by chance or by purpose. They aren't joining the live stream to, well, they are joining the live stream to actually get what they want, which is the drawing request, and that's completely fine. But the goal is for that to shift a little bit and for people to be joining for you. V says, I would be talking in the chat, but I have nothing to say. Well, if you don't have nothing to say, I'll be asking questions. You can try to reply to those, but don't worry if you have really nothing to say. Like, what is your favorite color? Let me know. Mine is mustard amber. Amber is like mustard yellow, so it's between yellow and orange. I love it. It's kind of like this. And also this one, of course. It's exactly like this, really. Also, that's why I have this, but it's not amber yellow. Hello, Goda. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. So we made a bookmark, and we have 9 people, and it's already how long time? 17 minutes past, so I don't think there is a point in us to segregating those, because people will not show unless we start drawing their requests. I made a big mistake last time. I had nothing underneath this, so the marker, as you can see, blacks messed my pad with matte, which is got me upset. I tried to clean it, but it doesn't want to go away, and it upsets me a lot. It upsets me a lot. Yes. Kenzo asks, okay, Dodge says, Dodge, is it Dodge or is it Doggy? Yellow or pink? Very nice. V says, or bright, yeah, yellowish green kinda, or bright yellow. Very nice. And Gouda says, my favorite color is a very specific lime green. I like lime green a lot. That's a nice color for a car. And so I need something underneath this, and I think I'm just gonna use this today. It's not as fancy. Actually, I can use something fancy though. If you watched my image posts from those live streams that we have today and yesterday, and I mean previously, I use for background this, and anybody knows what this is? Okay, is anybody familiar with this? Hint, I mentioned something about that earlier on. Try to figure it out where I got this from, and I'll try to switch on the chat from the Twitch and YouTube. Not like there's gonna be anybody there, but I will do that. While I'm on the topic, I need to tell you this. So basically, when you're streaming, it's good to focus on one platform, right? Because my account is growing thanks to you here on TikTok. I am focusing on this, but then all those gurus and content creators, professionals, how to grow your channel say, oh, you should be streaming to all platforms because you're wasting opportunities. Some people can buy your art, can follow you there, here, you know, you should do it because it doesn't cost you anything. But you know what it does? It costs you stuff. It costs you more bandwidth. Fortunately, I improved my internet a little bit to get that sorted. And it cost me like, I don't know, 30, 40 hours, 50 probably, or even 60, trying to set up this freaking multi-stream. And even once you get that multi-stream set up, this is gonna be a short rant. Once you get that multi-stream set up, right, it's like there's moderating. How can I moderate 3 different platforms, right? I can ask you to moderate something, I can ask somebody else to moderate something if somebody else would be watching me on other platforms, but then it makes everything even more complicated because of that. And then alerts. People are nice, and sometimes they give you a coin, a rose, or some, how do you call those things? They give you, you know, stuff on the internet, right? That's why people stream to get. People don't stream because they like streaming. They stream to earn income from that. And if anybody says otherwise, they are lying to you. So, like, I will get alert on TikTok when somebody gives me a rose, or maybe I won't. Well, I should, but I don't for some reason. Once I get that figured out, great, I will see, oh, thank you for coin somebody, or thank you for the rose somebody, you're the best, right? But then how can I monitor the same stuff going on other platforms? So my honest advice is, if you're thinking about streaming and if you want to stream in the future, just focus on one platform and do it for a long time. Once you know everything, then reach out beyond that. And I think, like, if I was to do that seriously for other platforms, I would just need somebody's help, because I'm not doing this by Sienna, thanks for following. I'm not doing this by myself anymore, setting these streams up, because it's crazy. Okay, so this, let's see if you found Sylvia, thanks for this. We're gonna write it down in a moment. But let's see. There was like... Okay, so V says, no idea what it is, but it reminds me of a comic which I can't remember the name of, but it had a dungeon. Cool. So this is something from IKEA. And it's like, you can use it for whatever. You can use it as an activity book. You can use it as a mat for something. It's this. And that's all it says, really. I don't know if they still sell it. It was lying in my room, in my cave, for 8 years or something, and I never had good use for it, but we can use it for the background, which is a cool idea. Hi Circe, welcome, thanks for joining. We're gonna be drawing soon, and I will take your requests soon. Please check the rules that are there. If you're gonna be asking 20 times for the same character or so, you will get a warning from a moderator, and if you don't listen, you're gonna get banned. So don't do that. We need to have some rules. Yes. So this is being recorded hopefully on YouTube in horizontal, so once this ends you can rewatch it if you're only here for a moment. If you cannot stay for all those 85 minutes, counting from the last 23 minutes, then you can always rewatch it, and that's amazing, I think. I don't expect many views, but you know, there's always something. Hey Straber, great. So before we start the requests, right, and we're gonna do a bunch of them, then we're gonna chat about some other topic. Before we do those, I have a question for you. So the way we've been doing this is drawing on this pad, right, for everyone. There are content creators that are drawing on one bigger sheet of paper, and they are adding characters. So every new video is adding more characters. Specifically, I'm talking about a person who draws cats. And people in the comments say, oh, can you draw a cat with a yellow hat that doesn't smoke a pipe or something that follows the community guidelines on TikTok. And he basically just adds, or some, whoever that person is, they add more cats to it. And I was thinking, because I wanted to have that done, create one sheet of paper with a lot of objects. And it would be super cool if I was taking your requests and we'll be just building up on them, you know. But I think we might do it the next time. I might do a poll and ask you about that. So basically, like, you know, somebody says, oh, I want to coin you, right? And then somebody says, oh, I want to, you know, some other character. And they can be interacting with them, you know, with each other, like, oh, some object can be thrown, like, I don't know, something, in this kind of a way. And this will build up. And even if we wouldn't fill the entire piece of paper today, we can always do it at another live stream. What do you think about that? But to keep it simple, we're just gonna do the normal way today. But maybe the next time we can do that, because I'm not prepared with the sheet of paper or something. And I need to figure out a good size. So there's some requests coming. V loves the idea. Yeah. And then they would be small enough, so it would be a lot of fun. Sounds like an amazing idea. Great, says Straber. Should we try this today, or should we do the normal ones? I don't know if I can do polls, but I think we're just gonna do the normal ones. But I'm glad that you like the idea. Yeah, it takes time for me to look up the characters as well. So in any way we do it, hi stars, welcome. Any way we do it, it still would be like that. So it should be faster. I don't know. It would be fine to mix things up, but we might try it. We might even try it today and see how that goes. Really. All right. So before I start taking your user requests, I need to see if I can look up the Twitch and TikTok. Can I look it up and see? Just need to move this here. Have your chat here. And you don't see that, so that's great. You see this. Yes, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. No political persons here. Keep it easy and simple. So no DT. Hi Brown Dwarf. This is a PG-12, PG friendly. So keep it, you know, don't bring any politics into that, because you're gonna be banned straight away. Okay. There's one person watching on Twitch, which could be as well a person from this chat. We are streaming on YouTube. Amazing. There's no viewer on YouTube, so I think I can just, since I don't have the preview of the chat set up, I'm just gonna not do it now, and we can focus on this. Do not think, Cersei says, do not think that I'm not an object shows fan. Draw a needle, moldy, draw my profile picture then. I just might. Okay, let's do this, right? So, Okay. Can you draw mushroom or razor from Objectified? Maybe. Yes, yes. Okay, there's a lot of requests already, so let's just try me to go up and see the requests that we had in, earlier on. And you know, I cannot fill all the requests. I'm gonna miss some requests as well. So let's see. Okay, let's do Brand Dwarf, even though we crossed me with that comment earlier on. So your profile picture is 0. So let's start with that. 1 minute. Would you like this camera to be closer to the page of paper? Let me know. Please do. 0. We are drawing 0. That's from BDFI, right? I don't really know what he has on the hat. I drew him once before. That went well, I suppose. He really reminds me about of DZ, which I played NES game, and it was very difficult to, you know, to win, and I never won that game. There you go. For Brown Dwarf. There you go. It's for you. We made it. Oh, thanks, Streber. Really, you're very nice. Okay, who else can we draw now? Is the camera? Would you like the camera closer? Because I don't know. Yeah, I should be still able to draw if the camera is a little bit closer. That was fast. And you know what? I'm normally not a fast person, but these doodles I like. I never really like also that there's a pressure of time when I do my own work or somebody else's work. Not that I do any of that anymore, but for some reason this actually works. So that's awesome. Okay, let's see. You're very welcome, Brown Dwarf, who says thank you for my request, bro. It looks good. You don't need to change the camera. Thanks, V. I was hoping somebody's gonna say that, and I'm glad it was you. Spongy Take a Bath. That's a cool nickname. Please, Play-Doh from Burner, says Tree. Soda bottle. Okay, let's start from here, but before we do, V had a request as well. Let's see what it was. And smash that like button. We are at 8,000 likes. Let's get it to 20. Could you draw mushroom or... Can I draw mushroom or razor from Objectified? I drew mushroom before. I don't know if it was from Objectified, right? So we're gonna do razor. Objectified. Oh, that's not an easy design to draw. So basically the Objectified, okay, razor from Objectified for V. Start. Are all those Objectified characters furries? Because the one I drew before also was like that, beast. And same legs as the one before. Oh, actually it's like that. And a tail. There you go. That's razor from Objectified for V. we are drawing user requests. You can also watch on YouTube and Twitch, but I don't follow the chat because of the technical issue over there. But this will be, you can rewatch it on YouTube if you can only be here for a moment. How can I set it up so it's actually, oh come on. If you have any art related questions, like if you would like to draw stuff and you're thinking about becoming an artist, I have tips. All you need to do is ask. Okay. And also let's try to spice it up with different characters. I mean, from different shows, different characters, it's kind of obvious. I'm gonna have a sip of my tea and look at your comments. Soda Bottle from Hotshot HF Joan says Sylvia, the camera is good. Says Spongy, take a bath, you are stinky. Okay, let's do this then. Soda Bottle HF, I have a feeling that that's gonna be an easy one. Yay! Okay, this is for Sylvia. Also, I'll try to draw your requests if you are new here or if your request wasn't drawn before, because I might be repeating some other people because they are just here more often, and not like I'm biased and I'm specifically choosing them, but maybe I am. All right, ready, steady, go. So we are drawing Soda Bottle, and this Soda Bottle, it will be amazing. I drew many bottles in my life. I love drawing bottles. There's so many different shapes of bottles. I will definitely, my character will be definitely I will definitely create a bottle character. Okay, I shouldn't speak when I talk because I cannot do two things. Soda Bottle hurt his knee. There you go, Sylvia. Soda Bottle. Hope you like. You like, based on the comments. Sylvia says, yes, my hubby, my husband. Excellent. Okay, let's scroll higher. Please, test tube from Inanimate Insanity says Seriously, I think I drew your stuff before. Let's see if we have anybody else. Did I draw your stuff before? Let me know. And if not, we're gonna draw your test tube from Inanimate Insanity. Sylvia, Circe. Okay, so Tree says Play-Doh from Burner, please. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you are... Yeah, let's look this up. That's gonna be Play-Doh from Burner. Thanks to you, I am familiar with more and more objects shows. Some I like more than others. What time is it? What's your favorite object show? Let me know in the comments below. At the moment, I cannot tell you mine, I need to check them. But I like Inanimate Insanity. I really like the characters from that Russian object show, CMOV or something, but I haven't watched any episode. And I watched that Burner, I think, and I like that as well a little bit. Play-Doh from Burns, and that was for... Oh, just before you disappeared. Great. A lot of users... Play-Doh from Burner. Let's just go down in the comments and see if you answered me. Hold up, is that Bryce? BDF. Okay, so V loves BFDA and Objectify. And then people are saying hello, hello. You know, I got confused with BDFI because they have two series running concurrently, the teapot and then the normal one or other one. And I was like, there's the 20th and there's the 18th, where's the 19th? And then I almost asked somebody in Discord. I have a Discord, link in my TikTok chat, bio. But then I figured out it's two different series. Tell me this, another question for you. A lot of people have usernames which are like this, or like this, and then username. Is there anything behind that? Is there any meaning behind that? Because I have no idea. I don't follow slang. I just lately current slang. I just lately learn about peak, which I love. When you write in comments that my art is peak, my heart melts. It does smiley. Okay, so it's a smiley face with. So my character Dan. He wears glasses. He often would make this smiley face. Now I'm not giving Dan justice, but okay, so it's another version of smiley face. Thanks a lot for the explanation. All right. Okay, so Play-Doh for. Let me just type it in here. Put here this. This is my very dirty mouse that doesn't want to work with Mac computer, but it does work with Windows computer. It was working with Mac computer, and then one day it decided it doesn't want to work with Mac computer. And it's upset me so much, you wouldn't believe it. And I had to, never mind. I needed to get this one then. So I have, I won't bore you with this. But I will, if you want. Okay. Play-Doh. We have 10k likes. Amazing. Thank you so much for all the likes. Let's get it to 20. If we can get those likes to 50 before stream ends, and we still have 40 minutes or 45 minutes of stream. This stream will end 25 past. And it's 22. Oh my god, you are so kind. I always try to be kind, but kindness sometimes doesn't get you far. But thank you, yes, thank you. You know, I need to restrain myself. People say in comments, oh, I like your art, And I make those, and I make them too many these days, and I get, a little bit burnt out, but I keep pushing whenever I can. And I don't like most of it or a lot of it that I do, but people say I like it, and I say, okay, thank you. And I don't try to explain, oh, it's not that good, because it's pointless, really. And you don't really need to be the best to get, to get a good views or reach. I would actually advise against being too good at stuff, because you would spend too much time perfecting something that people don't care, which is the topic of how to be successful in art, which we'll go into later on in the stream. If you remind me, because I might forget about this one specific of it. Okay, Play-Doh burner. Let's see how that character looks. Okay, cool. The character looks cool. Drawing Play-Doh from burner for smiley face. Rotate it 90 degrees. So first we need a little Play-Doh. Who would have thought? Then we need a round line, and then something like this, right? And would you like him to suffer them, or be happy, angry? Tree? Happy, okay. I shouldn't be even asking this, because most of the time people say happy. Okay, so happy, arms close, because he's so happy. And there you go. Very happy. Oh, and smiley face. Ta-da, we made it. Not 2 minutes. 1 minute. There you go. Hope you like. I used to put numbers on them, but I'm not putting numbers on them today. Okay, so Circe, have I drawn your stuff before? Or didn't I? Because I just wanna try to be at least a little bit fair to everyone. The DAE says pencil BFDI. We did pencil, didn't we? So we try not to do the ones that we did before and any other. Check my images post for previous ones. You're very welcome, Tree. Ari Martini says, can you draw the chosen one from Alan Baker, please? Okay, this is a new request. Let's see what this is really. Chosen one, Alan Baker. Oh, yeah, I can draw that. If anybody else would like to be a moderator, let me know. And I'm talking to, you know, Julie and all other people that hang out for all the previous lives, so I know I can trust you. At the moment, Explosive Pizza Goldfish was kind enough to do that, to be a moderator, but we can have more moderators. All right, ready, steady, go. There's a lot of flames around. I really have no choice but to use a color on this one. I really had no choice. Trying not to do... Oh, you... When I was drawing the other stuff, they get... Ah, there you go. There you go. And even before time. Hope you like this. Ari Martini likes it. Says woo, awesome, blossom. So I'm really happy. We're gonna take a little break now because you know. Let's see how many we have. Please hold on with your requests. We're gonna start fresh. First of all, I'm really glad that you do follow the rules that we have on the screen. That's kudos to you. It is great. So I guess once I create a structure, you actually are good following that. So we don't have mayhem, we don't have chaos. You know who's good at chaos? ChatGPT. Whenever I ask him to help me editing some scripts from my comic, or even descriptions for YouTube video or TikToks, I often would ask that. It loves throwing chaos into anything I ask. Like, can you write this and that? And it's like chaos, chaos, chaos. And it drives me mad. And I will tell ChatGPT, stop using chaos and stop using dashes and M dashes in comic book bubbles because nobody uses them the way you do. And he's like, oh, sure, sure. And then the next time throws the M dash at you. Crazy. So when I'm drawing those, I get really worked up and it feels like I am being a horse carrying a cart and being whipped all the time by all those beautiful comments. That's why I am learning to get better at this. That's why we are taking a break from drawing the requests and we can actually talk about one of those topics now. Tree says, we love you, man. Thank you. But before we go for topic, let's see how many we got today. So first we got 0, which was number 1. I will post those later on in the image chat. Then we had, for V, we have Razor from Objectified. Then we had, for Sylvia, we have Soda Bottle, which is, I love it. I simply love this. Then we had the Play-Doh for 3, so that was the 4th one. Oh, great, and we are at 5 mark, which is great. So it's good to take breaks after 5. My dream is to draw like 20 of them. The last time we drew 15, and that was excruciating. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy doing that, but it takes a lot of energy from you. So like as soon as stream ends, I go to the bathroom and I just I transform into a werewolf and just go running around the town. That's how exhausting it is. I don't even need a full moon for that. Blue Strategy says this is so awesome. Thank you, I appreciate it. So we're gonna draw 5 more in a moment, and now we're gonna chat. We're gonna chat about art success. We have 12 people here. I do wonder if I was like really keep going on with those, would we reach 50 people in the chat like we did last time? Which wasn't really that beneficial, I guess, because I don't know, because I was, you know, feeling like being chased, and that's not the goal. The goal is here is to hang out with you, to draw a little bit, and to chat, to take it easy. And I'm being too stressed about it. Oh, I need to draw another one. Oh, the time is running out. Oh no, it's like, it shouldn't be like this, right? So maybe when I get better at this, I'll be more relaxed, and this way I can go on for longer because like an hour is a lot, and today we are doing 85 minutes. Blue Tragedy says if I had coins I would send roses. Thank you. Let's see what chat is about. You're very kind. No need for that, and I'll tell you a moment why. And V asks, which is your favorite character to draw? I would lie if I say they all are, and I've only drew, how many? We did 15 last time, we did like 10 or 15 last time, the time before, so it was like 20. I like real life objects like bottles, the chalk, you know, the on the whiteboard, green board, blackboard, that was nice character as well. But simple characters that are everyday objects really are my main ones. So like it wouldn't be Pin, because Pin has you know, those tank wheels, and it has a battery, and it just adds up. So basically it would be a character that I am used drawing as a normal object in my comics. Again, Battle would be a good example of that. Is it her? Okay, so is it llama or is it sheep? I don't know your emoji there. Is it hard to create a comic? It is and it isn't. It's very hard for me, because the comic book I am creating, I can show you a little bit of that actually. This is my debut comic book, right? And because it's my debut comic, I've been working on it for 15 years, and that's too long to make a comic book. Oh, come on. Sorry for the special effects there. If that's gonna help any. Oh, okay. So like my comic book, I just tried too hard, right? So it has a lot of details. I don't have anything inked here to show you. I'm currently working on a final scene, but like I'm fixing some other scene as well. I just trying to see what I can show you. I can show you like this. That's okay. No, I am not switching you on. This is a scene, right? It's a beach scene. So you see there's a lot of details in those. And this is a A3 sheet of paper. A3. This is how big it is. And this is half of the page of my comic book, because my comic book is designed the same way as French comic books are, right? So you have 4 rows on a page. So this half is this. And if you're drawing big, it's much more difficult. So that's one of the reasons why drawing comics is hard. But then you can draw on much smaller sheet of paper, and the smaller it is, the better you can see, and it is easier to draw better proportions. So like when you have Scott Pilgrim comic books, they are just this size. And when Brian Lee O'Malley was drawing this, he was drawing on sheet not much bigger than this, not as huge as I am. So my next comic book will be actually slice of life based on me growing up, and it will have some supernatural element to it, and I think you're gonna love it as well. And it won't take me 15 years. It will take me a year or less, because I'm gonna do it in black and white. Maybe I'm gonna do it with one splash of color or with gradient, but probably not, because I don't know how to use gradients. And I will draw on much smaller sheet of paper. Also, I put a lot of backgrounds. Normally you just need to set up, you need to establish allocation, right? So in the first panel or somewhere on the page, you should draw allocation that is quite detailed. But then you don't need to draw locations at all. Like here, it's very simple. Room, right? Then there's establishing a location, and that's that. Trying to find a good example of this, but there's not many backgrounds here. Here is a talking in a class, right? Or in a shop. No background, no background, no background, no background. So there's ways to do it. And when you're starting, I would say avoid my mistakes and start simple, as simple as you can. Then when you get better, when you learn stuff, you can complicate stuff more. And there's more difficult stuff like script writing and all of that, but it is really hard to draw a comic, yes. I hope this answers your question. Circe says, I can't even draw, that's how are you so good. That how are you so good. The only comic I've made was an object show competition. You know, it takes practice makes perfect. But perfection is a thief of joy, so they clash, those two. So which has a great segue to the topic of how to be successful at art. AI is taking jobs, people are complaining on social media, and people are commenting on their complaints on social media and on YouTube and everywhere. That AI took their jobs, that you don't know. And you know, if I was young, hello Darko, thanks for joining. If I was younger, I would be very upset, and I said that before, and scared of AI. But the thing is, and I also watched a video on YouTube yesterday of a person trying to be a professional artist and trying very hard and not getting nowhere, and wondering if he should just quit, right? Because however good you are at art, there's somebody better than you and somebody worse. We are all at different levels, and we are all in the same boat when we were starting up. Some people learn faster, but it's not only about drawing, it's also about how good are you with communicating with people, and with, you know, are you easy to deal with, or are you a not nice person? Can you listen? Are you open? Or are you like most people today? I have my opinion, and my opinion is right, and totally close for other possibilities. So what I'm trying to say is, it's not about the actual art, but it's about you, and it's about what you want to do, and you need to know what you want to do. If you don't know, start thinking about it. The more specific you are with your dream, the easier it will be to reach that. And it won't be easy by any means, but that's life. Life is terrible, it will always was, and it will always be. But you need to persevere, you need to be resilient, and you need to keep going. At the same time, you need to be very towards your stuff you're doing, because there's a lot of people who are terrible at drawing, but they think they are the best, and or they have that personality that is like, you know, they're very confident, and that gets them through some doors. Matt Groening, who designed and created Simpsons, if you look at his real drawings when he started, they weren't really that good, but he had a great idea and he was in the right place at the right time. And really it's all about right place and right time. Things just take the time that they need to take, and you cannot rush them. And the more you try to rush them, the more stressed you will be. I always wanted to make money from my drawings, and I was interested in chocolate. So I found a great job at the chocolate factory, and I was making illustrations for the company employees for yearly celebrations. And then I had a team of illustrators that I was managing, and that was amazing. My dream happened. But before it did, I was really starting to believe it's gonna happen, but I was still, you know, continuing doing so, because you work and there's you don't see any results. Now it's like that with my comic book. I work on it for some time, 15 years, right? And it's like, I know it's good, but is it really as good as I think it is? You will tell me when I'm gonna finish it. And so I reach one of the goals, and the next one is to be financially independent, like our artists would like, by doing actual my own work, which is very small percentage, but it's still in the realm of possibility. Not everybody's gonna reach that goal, but the more clear you are and the more open you are to possibilities, the easier it will be. And nothing will change in terms of AI art itself, because the quality isn't as important as your personality. Your soul is in your drawings, and that is beautiful, really. Hope that makes sense. I often say that. Seb, I'm about to leave soon because there's a festival in my city. Seriously, what festival, what city? Enjoy. You can always watch VOD on YouTube at Last Cartoon Hero. Have a great day. If you go. So, and it's, you know, they say it's about the journey, not the destination, and it truly is. It's great to be recognized and to reach those goals, but you know, the goals will continue on, and you need to enjoy the stuff you're doing. So if you feel stuck or lost, you're not really stuck. You're just in the process, and process takes time. And we are not talking about days, weeks, months. It takes years, sometimes it takes decades. But continue improving. Fun fact, which I have it on my... or maybe I don't have it. There's two things. One is, universe, I am open and ready for you to start conspiring on my behalf, on my favor, to make my dreams come true. And I request for a clear sign in my reality to come to me today. I am open and ready. So I started this chant, and you know what happened? I got fired. From the chocolate factory. That was the universe saying, I got your back. You wanna finish your comic book, you're never gonna do. You wanna be a successful independent comic book artist. It's very unlikely, but you can. But you need to focus. I will give you this time. Do it. Practice patience and passion. Exactly. If you watch any Industry Light and Magic or any other interviews, they always say it's about that, Darko. Exactly about that. Practice patience and passion. It's simple, but it's also not easy for people to grasp, really. And you never know. You never know who's watching. You never know what opportunities are waiting. Like with this object show, like with all the object show fandom, people in comments often write, oh, you know, fandom took prison another artist and all he does is drawing those objects, right? And if I was in a mental state, which I was a couple of years ago, I wouldn't be even here. I would draw one object, which was two, which is over 100,000 views on TikTok, and still growing. I would draw that and say, okay, I don't want to draw somebody else's stuff. I'm gonna go back to drawing my stuff. But no, I learned to double down, and universe was showing me a path, you know, and follow it. You never know what's gonna come out of it. definitely my object show will come out of it, and that's the next topic we're gonna talk later on. Now we're gonna go back to drawings, but before, let's look at your comments. What did I miss? Once I start talking, I need to talk to you. I cannot really look at, because I'm gonna lose train of thought. So, mind you, if you drew, so then some requests. ChatGPT likes to pretend to be a human. Okay, so Ari Martin says ChatGPT likes to pretend to be human. And you know when they say that ChatGPT and other AIs hallucinate? ChatGPT said it's doing something for me, which it was very difficult for me to do, and says, you know, I'm gonna have it done for you later on today. And check back in an hour. And I was checking back with ChatGPT, and he was saying like, oh, I need more time. I'm gonna have it done, you know, tomorrow. I check in tomorrow, and you know, yeah, I almost have it done. I will have it done, man, I swear, ChatGPT says. And then it occurred to me after 24 hours plus. Maybe he's hallucinating. And sure, he was. He was saying that he can have stuff done that he cannot. And many times, if you use your own brain, you will have better results than ChatGPT is giving you. But it's like, again, it's like with everything in life, it's about balance, right? And also, there was another thing with ChatGPT that I don't remember, but very similar as well. Oh yeah, so I don't like coloring. I got better at it, and I can color my comic book, because my first comic book, unfortunately, I had a great idea to make it in color, so I'm gonna color it. It's gonna take ages. For sure, I'm gonna finish inks this year, but I can't afford to hire somebody to color it. I don't want to ask anybody to do it for free. I can do it myself, but it's very time consuming. Not as time consuming as inking and sketching and all of that. That's still time consuming if you have 48 pages, 10 of those drawn. So I asked ChatGPT, hey, since AI is so good, can you color it for me? Can you access my PSD Photoshop file and color my comic book based on my samples that I will give you that I hand colored in Photoshop the first 10 pages, which was a pitch for a publisher, and they never got back to me. 3 publishers, which is fine, it's normal. J.K. Rowling was rejected 100 times more, but she persevered. And ChatGPT says, yeah, I can color it for you, sure. Can you guess? It can color. Here I wanted to swear, but I said it's a PG-friendly chat. Alright, let's go back to drawing requests. Now we have 9 people. My long rants skimmed 5 people, which is good. At least we are in a great company. We are going for 1 hour and 6 minutes, so we're gonna do 20 more minutes. This time I think we're gonna do that idea that I had, and let's create one piece together with all of your ideas. I think we can do it even faster than that then. How's that for an idea? And then at the end I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about my object show, and I'm really interested to what you have to say about that as well. Ari Martin says, your drawing is going to be my new profile picture. That's the biggest honor for me when I hear that. Thank you. Again, emoji, ChatGPT, sheep emoji or llama emoji. ChatGPT, instead of coloring, makes a wild different, makes different picture. It does. And it's not consistent. So ChatGPT and all of those other ones, they cannot create you 2 consecutive like panels in comic book. Every illustration is different. Pointless, useless. I don't think people will like the AI coloring. I mean, it's a balance, right? So if it was able to replicate the colors that I actually drew, and you wouldn't see any difference, but it's not able to do it anyway, and it wouldn't be able to do it, you're actually right. Like, you know, the Clip Studio, right, the cheaper Photoshop, they have a auto color feature. And it's very, very, very basic. I tried that as well, and not good. So many people are against AI nowadays, and they have good reasons for that. But AI is useful for some things, right? But for some, but stealing actual copyright material and creating images based on that, that's what bugs me the most. Yeah, it's a sheep. Thanks. So I can call you sheep. Seriously, what was that festival you're going on to? And where are you? Which country? Because the things you talk about are interesting. I'm glad I'm not boring you to death. I think a lot, and sometimes I got better at all of this, right? If you would see me, if you even look at my earlier videos from a year or 2 years ago, I wouldn't be so you get better at stuff the more often you do it. That's what I'm trying to see. Italy, oh nice. We might go to Italy in October. And I'm really worried about driving in Italy because I watched a stupid TikTok that says that somebody got stuck between two freaking buildings, and the comments was oh, you should only drive Fiat 500 Cinquecento in Italy, which is probably, and apparently you don't follow rules of the road, but I shouldn't be worried. Greetings from the UK. I live in Ireland, and where are you? Don't worry, the people in Italy are nice. Oh, great. Thank you. You get me calm. I'm much more relaxed now. Thank you. And you know, whatever thing is gonna happen to you, you always make it the worst in your head. But it's never that. When you look at your life in the past, all the things you were worried, stressed about, they always work out in your favor, don't they? Okay, people die and all that stuff, but generally there's good things, like there's invisible force that it's helping you get where you want to go. Do you, even if you notice or not? V is in Sweden right now. Great, because you live there. I was thinking exactly that. Kyra says, I don't usually watch live streams, but I watch all of your live streams. You're very fun. Thank you, I was even funnier when I was younger, but I got very sad and depressed for a long period of time. But in the last year, I started to get out of it, so it's getting better. So that's very nice. We can even pin it for 60 seconds there. There you go. I'm gonna grab a bigger sheet of paper, and we're gonna be drawing your requests on one. And I think I'm just gonna use my sketchpad for this. So this is the cheap sketchpad that I got in Aldi or Lidl, which is cheap supermarket in Ireland and in Europe. I think they even have Aldi in America. And it was like 3 of those for like a couple of euros only, and they are great for that. But whenever I draw them, this is my character, Stompy. We'll get back to that when we, at the end, talk about my object show. But it leaves paper marks, paper debris, which annoys me. But, you know, it's not that bad. So we're gonna draw it on this. Oh, I shouldn't see that. That's from upcoming video. Alright. And I have this, which is nice, which was so the color doesn't bleed on the other side, which I got in another. Okay, I should zoom out a little bit then. We can actually, I'm just gonna twist it to be horizontal. Nika, hello! Welcome back, long time no see. We're gonna be how are you? How's life? Any more octopuses eaten lately? We are hour and 12 in. Hi Ola. So we're gonna go for 15 more minutes or something. TikTok said to give me a challenge to do it for 85 minutes. And again, if you're just joining now, this is being recorded on YouTube. So after this, straight away or soon after, you should be able to watch it on YouTube if you missed anything and if you're interested. Atlas Cartoon Hero. Okay, so we're gonna draw your request, but this time we're gonna draw all the characters on one sheet of paper and they can be interacting with each other. Go! And for this I'm gonna use my favorite number 3. Clock ETFT. Okay. Suitcase. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, stop for now. I gonna draw those. I'm gonna draw this. Come on, pin comment. Okay. Okay, clock. Let me just Google this. Clock. EF. Okay. Okay, clock. So we're gonna start in the corner, I think. So clock has. Can you see this? Yes, but the device has a problem focusing. Yeah, always something, and it's getting. Okay, now it's in focus. You know, I cannot. I don't know if I can lock focus on this. I don't think I can. I'm using like Droidcam, which is an app. I don't have any fancy cameras. Okay. Oh no, it's gone. Sorry, just one moment. Smash that like button. Smash it. Smash it or Taz will get angry. Smash that like button. Smash it. Oh, Droid can't stop working. Always something. I can connect it with a cable directly to a computer, so I might do it in the future. Connect Droid using Droidcam on your computer. Oh, come on. Come on! Okay, yes. Success. Apologies for technical problems. Okay, clock. Clock has big eyes, so that's nice. How's the focus? Is it okay? Okay. Who we want beside clock? There was a suitcase, right? Kyra says suitcase from Inanimate Insanity. Okay, I'm really glad that you can read the rules below. I'm really glad. I was looking forward to drawing suitcase. Okay, suitcase. So suitcase can be tried to balance on the clock. So we go like this, and then like this. Suitcase doesn't have any hands. Okay. Okay, that's the suitcase here. I'm really good at creating compositions with objects and characters. The more time you spend doing that, the better you get at it. Because like I have difficulties drawing backgrounds, figured out what should go into a background. Because you really are a world creator, you build worlds. You know, like in movies and animation, there's a person for every single detail, like for every single hair, right? I'm exaggerating. But in comics or whatever, you need to be able to do everything yourself, or you can use shortcuts, which I don't like. So I like, the more time I spend in a scene, the scene starts to talk to me, and basically there's reason for everything to exist within the scene. So it's like the whole, I could go on about this maybe in the future, philosophy behind creating a detailed illustration. I could actually use one example and show it to you in the future. You're very welcome, Kyra. Jamila, hi, can you do knife from Inanimate Insanity? Sure. But you know what I would really like to do more? Is that knife from that other show. Okay. So... knife can be just standing here. I really should have started from the left, because now when I'm gonna be drawing here you won't see those things, which I forgot that it's the way to go. I was even thinking about redrawing some of my videos and be more on character, and maybe doing some backgrounds as well. There you go, there's knife from Inanimate Insanity. So that's done. Can you draw 7 in 0 hugging? No popsicle stick, unfortunately I can. Check the rules, only one character. They are down below there. Can you draw Weathery from Animatic Battle? Can you draw Nickel? I can draw Nickel for sure. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Can you say Jesus on... Is that allowed? Can you swear? You cannot swear for sure, but you can you say Jesus? In Sicalo, can I draw 14 from BFDI? Maybe I will, but first let me get this comment pinned. Okay, Weathery from Animatic Battle. Okay, so that's just a cloud, isn't it? So we're gonna put the cloud on the top here. I love drawing clouds. There's so many ways you can draw clouds. I love it. You're gonna find a lot of cool clouds in my comic book. I think you're gonna love it. There's so many objects there, not characters, main characters, but you know, in the background. And also Nika asked me to, when I was starting those streams, to put 2 from Teapot in maybe in the comic. And since you know, the object community was so generous and grateful, I am grateful to me. I put it in one of the panels in a comic book, so I'm looking forward for you to finding that. Okay, so Weathery we did. Can you draw Nickel? But first, before Nickel, there's 14 from Inseed Kalo, so let's do this. 14, I almost remember how to draw from my heart, from memory, but not entirely. So drawing 14 now. I really like drawing 4. I think that's a very cool design to draw, way to draw. So 4 will be falling, but it's still happy. I'm falling. These are the hands. Okay, there's 14. Okay. Can you please just draw Fan and Light Bulb? I think the comments are starting. We start to get in more comments. Explosive Pizza Goldfish, are you still here? No, you're gone. He was my moderator. V, or would you like to be a moderator? Nah, but you don't need to. Don't worry. Okay, so. Can you draw Fan and Light Bulb? Okay, Kenzie, check the rules below. You need to tell me from which object show you want those. Draw remote, please. Okay, folks, I'm gonna say it only once, and then I just gonna be ignoring. If you want me to draw an object, please write the name of the show they are from, and only ask once, pretty please. Can you draw Pillow from Teapot? And smash that like button. We are at 15,000 likes. Let's make it 25,000. Okay. Can you draw pillow from teapot? Yes, I can. Pillow, teapot. And you know, we can be drawing other stuff as well, not necessary object, but this is it. This is what it is. Okay, pillow. So there's a shadow of suitcase on the pillow, and pillow is afraid that the suitcase may fall on it. Okay, there we go, there's the pillow. Would it be fair to ask for tennis ball against this you have already drawn him? Of course, V, it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't. But we might. Okay. Kai CEO asked for balloon. Yes, please. I love balloon. I mean, I was looking forward to drawing balloon. Oh, again, come on, work. This damn keyboard, I always need to press the button because it disconnects. So that's actually number 2. Wasting our time. Balloon from IE. Oh, and thanks for that. Where should it be? Yes, you can tell me where you want the characters as well, because this is piece of artwork we are creating together. Balloon IE next to the suitcase. Okay, so that would be around here. Balloon can be actually holding on to the suitcase. With both hands. There you go, here's the balloon holding on to the suitcase. Can you zoom in on suitcase for a second? And I want to make it my profile picture. I will share it on, yeah, that's gonna be just faster. I'm gonna share it as an image post so we can then zoom in then later, but there you go. Did that work? Did you get it? Who else? Yes, okay, awesome. What else? Can you draw 9 from... Jesus. X4V. No, you know, we're gonna skip 9 for a moment because I drew 9 so many times. And you asked twice, and in rules we have, please don't ask multiple times. Can you draw a green backpack from Swirl? You didn't say the show of the name. Then you ask for Swirl, ask for Liam from, and then you use the show name. So yes, we can do that. Now let's see if I remember how to draw backpack. How about that? So the backpack has this shape. Now I am drawing from memory because I drew it once. Then it has this part here, a pocket. It definitely has a strap here. Then it has another strap over there. Then of course it has this line and it has that other line. I'm just not sure what eyes he has, but I think it just has simple small eyes, right? And the smile goes on the pocket, so it's like this. There you go. How did I do? From memory. Okay. Paycheck Thinker asked for 2763. We're gonna skip that unfortunately today because that would be unfair to others because it's a lot to draw. But maybe next time. Swirl says it's amazing. I love it. Thank you. You're very welcome. I'm gonna zoom in for this a little bit. There you go. Any other character and where would you like the character? And from which show the character is? Could you, Corey, could you draw Taco from an Inanimate Insanity? Taco is you know what? It's not easy to draw. But I drew it once, and I might draw it again. So again, drawing from memory, I watched a little bit of Inanimate Insanity lately, and Taco actually had a fish inside, which I found hilarious. So we're gonna do that. Taco is falling down as well. I don't remember the eyes, but probably dots. Then we have some tomato, some salad. As far as I remember, that was pretty simple there. And hands over here, and it's falling down. There you go, Taco. Oh no, you saw me putting the finger in my ear. Yes, I'm a normal human being and I do that. Golf ball. Okay, V, you wanted the same character before, right? But now you changed. You should draw Dragon Scale from Objectified next to Weather. V, but those Objectified characters are so complicated to draw. I'm gonna check Drabon. I think we're gonna skip it for now. Unless you have a simpler character there. Ruby BFDA, Sky Lamper. We're gonna do Ruby because I also remember how to draw it. We're gonna be ending soon, but before we do, okay, we're gonna do. Okay, we're going for hour and a half. Last 3 characters. So Ruby, but you didn't say where, so we're just gonna add Ruby here between all of those guys. There you go, there's Ruby. Cake from BF would be great. Okay, let's do Cake because I love Cake. Can't you see? And I was looking forward to drawing Cake. Cake, BFB. Okay, let's do Cake. And okay, the next will be the last one after Cake, and I will choose a comment, a request that specifically says where the character should be on this page. Okay, I hope that's clear enough there. Okay, Cake. We can have a cake behind the Liam. And the cake has nice cream and probably but it doesn't have hands, which is a bummer. There you go, cake for you. Cake for you. You can have your cake and eat it, apparently. Can you do lollipop from BFDI? You can put them anywhere. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. We need some more specifics. The more clear the instruction is, the easier it is to do. Because if you say, oh, put it anywhere, then I need to think about it, and that, you know, it's more time consuming. Glad you like it, Cake. Can you draw Nickel from Dog? Says, can you draw Nickel from BFDA with his triangle chunk on the top of Weathering? That's pretty specific. Let's do this. This is the last. Please do not send more requests because we are out of time. But you always are very welcome to join next stream. This will be recorded on YouTube. If you missed it or if you want to rewatch it, you're very welcome to. Okay, Nickel from BFDA. That's gonna. Well, okay, maybe one more because Nickel. No. I will. This is the last one. Yes. Can you draw Nickel from BFDA? And we didn't reach 20,000 likes. If we would reach 20,000 likes, I would do one more. Nickel from with his triangle chunk on top of the Weathery. On top of Weathery. Nickel has triangle chunk? Nickel. BFDIA. Why do... Oh, triangle chunk is his nose. Okay, because some designs don't show the nose. Oh, because you said BFDI. Okay, got it. Oh, the comment is gone. Again, pin. 18,000, still a long way to 20, so if there's no 20,000 likes, this is the last request, the pin comment. With his triangle chunk on top of Weathery. I don't know how you imagine that. On top of Weathery. I think it would look nicer here, so let's do this. That's where my skills of composition come in handy. Not skill of drawing around. Well, there you go. Nicole also doesn't have any hands. Hi too. Isid Kalo asks, are you gonna continue this next live? I reached 20? Okay, alright. One more final request. And we are done. Whoever is the first from now. Corey asks, could you do one from Teapot next to Taco? Okay, you are the first after I said the next one. So this is the final request. Could you do one from Teapot next to Taco? Next to Taco. Okay, here, there, here probably, right? Okay, could you draw one from Teapot next to Taco? Okay. Yes, I can. I would like to imagine that they are all falling down. I love drawing those simple legs. There you go, that's one. Next to Taco. Okay, so we're gonna be ending soon, but before we do, and it's getting dark, couple of orders. You can rewatch that on YouTube, hopefully if everything goes right, at Last Cartoon Hero. Next live, next week I'm gonna be drawing your requests. Looking forward to this. Thank you so much for being here. You're my hero. I don't know, should I post this as an image? So let's just look at this. It's not really image friendly because it's not like square ratio or, you know, 9:16 ratio. How many characters did we actually draw? You're very welcome, Aelos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You know what? We might do this next time. It appears to be faster to do. And and we're gonna continue, we're gonna fill this page. How about that? But actually, the next time we're just gonna do that because I think not... Oh, we might just start fresh and do portrait mode, so it's easier to share. Loner, I love this live so much, even though my request wasn't drawn. I love your drawings. Thanks so much, Loner, and never give up. I will definitely draw requests during live or maybe in the comments, so stick around. No more requests. We're gonna be ending soon. We went over time limit. And now all I need to do is hide this. Ha! We got a little bit more followers, which is great. You know, after... so just chat for a little while, a short while. If you're up for that, stick around. After life ends, or during life, it tells you how many followers you got on TikTok during life. But it's actually not only from life, it's also from our other posts. So last time it showed 20 followers, 20. And I was like, oh, I got 20 followers from just doing live, amazing. But actually it was like 10 from live. So that's interesting fact for you there, fun fact. Now, no more requests anymore. I will create another scene, so next time we finish that, it will be, people don't read anyway, but I will put smash on the screen like, no more requests. All right. Pin, thanks for a follow. 22 likes. My goal is more in the future. Okay, my object show. So somebody asked me that in the comments today under one of my videos, right? And if you go into my profile, you will see this super cool, and I'm not usually a person who brags about their art. Basically, my object show, the easiest would be for me to do a comic book because I'm a comic book person. I can't animate, I don't have time to animate, I have comics to finish, you know, and life is short. But I did this, and the object, it's actually the green light. It's not the whole street lamp. This is my OC, and we call him Blinky. Thanks for the comments underneath that. You, the viewers, actually suggested that, so much appreciated. So before I drew this background, right? And I have this background in my computer before the light. Oh, thanks, Louis Patui. So I think that my object show, I would just love to use that background and just have the objects interacting in the scene, you know? And that would be so freaking cool. I will digitally add this, I can draw it by hand or maybe not. And basically the whole scene will happen in this, on this background. That will be the vertical, like maybe a minute, maybe less. And I just love this background so much. I didn't in the beginning, but I just tried to do it off camera in a way. And I know even simple animations on YouTube and on TikTok get a lot of 100,000 of views, right? And they are like static images, or maybe, you know, like a slideshow, which is kind of what I will be after. Hey, Art with Jimmy. I would be after to do that, but those only get views because they are from known IP, intellectual property. So if somebody makes a fan art or something, or slices clips from BFDI, Inanimate Insanity, all of those object shows, people watch them for those object shows. If I was to create my stuff, there's gonna be, you know, it's not gonna be like, not that many people will view it. If I was to create an animation, add voices and music and sound effects, which I won't do because I am trying to finish my comic book for 15 years, it would have much more bigger likelihood of becoming successful. But again, start simple and then build up. Art with Jimmy. I was on Twitch, but you don't seem to see the chat over there. Yeah, Art with Jimmy, apologies for this, because I had it set up on OBS, the streaming platform, and I was supposed to see the chat because I am streaming on YouTube and on Twitch, right? And I was supposed to see the chat from TikTok and from OBS, and it just disappeared. As always things do just before you are about to start streaming. When I set it up yesterday, it was working fine, and now it completely disappeared. So unfortunately today I was not able to interact with YouTube or Twitch, but next time I will. And thanks for actually taking the time to go from there to here to say what you said. That I truly appreciate that. And this has been recorded on YouTube, hopefully, so you can rewatch it if you like. V, I would totally view it either way. Amazing. Cool plan, Dart VR. Thanks. I think this is gonna be great. And actually, when I was saying, the longer time you spend on an illustration, the illustration speaks to you. It's the same way authors, writers say that sometimes characters behave their own way on their own accord because they are so well created in your head that they start to act sensibly, like you would like a character to do something, but it's actually not what character needs to do. that's what they mean by saying characters act their own way. So like I created this and I was like, the background before this, right? And I was like, okay, maybe I could use this for a scene of a slideshow comic book animated my object show. But what would happen then? Of course I want to introduce the light, but I don't know what happens. Well, light is dangling, so somebody needs to help the light to get down, right? But who and how? Maybe somebody's gonna be passing by. But then I ask myself, how the light got here in the first place? And the light got here in the first place because something happened here that it forced it to fall off and start dangling. And maybe that something was another object that hit it. And as you see, the story starts to write itself. So that's pretty cool. Hi Circe, you're back for the last few seconds. Welcome back. So, and then somebody said, oh, I'm cutting corners, there should be crowd on the street. First of all, this is a background. It shouldn't take away focus from the main characters, right? So if there were people here or whatever, it would take me ages to draw. And it would distract your eye. Your illustration, animation, whatever, needs to guide the viewer's eye so they know and clearly can understand what's going on. But then it kind of also helped me cement the idea that this will happen in post-apocalypse. I don't know if other object show also do that, and probably they are because it makes the most sense. But that's why there's nobody inside this car, because there's no humans. The humans are dead. That's from the Flight of the Conchords. V says, I honestly can't stand more voice acting, so I like comics way more. A lot of voice acting is so obnoxious. Dart VR says, is a light a mechanical main? What do you mean by that? But a lot of objects will be electronical devices, but not all of them. A robot. Oh no, it's an inanimate object. It's just this green light, and like Coiny and others, it's just an inanimate object that has, like, you know, legs, eyes and all of that, right? So not a robot, no. There might be a robot though later on. I stopped drawing. We dropped from 31 people to 17, which I think it's a great achievement. All right, we've been going. So this is my plan for this. I need to write it, but I have some other project I need to do. There's a comic competition within a month that I need to submit. I will tell you about that in the next live. But this is where the first scene of my object show will happen. It will feature this character and one more character that I will probably need your help with creating their name, but I need to figure it out. I would like this to be a collaborative thing like other object shows. Hey, Art with Jimmy, don't need to be sorry at all. Hey, Doggy says you're excited about that. Awesome. Such a cool idea. Thanks. I think it's gonna be great. Object shows are very simplified, and there is a reason for that, because it takes ages to create animation and whatnot. My strength is doing stuff simple, right? But at the same time, you need to differentiate yourself to stand out among the crowd. So maybe those hand-drawn with markers backgrounds will help with that. It's one of the way I am looking at this. All right, Loner says, I'll definitely try to come back to your next lives. The chance of me commenting on videos are low. Don't worry about it. Listen, we're gonna end. Thank you so much for everything. I went overtime. It was supposed to be 85 minutes and it's an hour and almost 50 minutes. But it means I enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that as well. I wish you awesome Sunday and this evening as well. Thanks for all the likes and all the love, and I'll see you in the next one. And thanks for the follow, Art with Jimmy. And now, so this is the end of the official live. And now, very awkwardly, as always, I will press this end live button 3 times. You know what? I will show you how this works, because it's so annoying. Hi Kakashka, check YouTube for VOD. After this, there should be a YouTube stream video, so you can rewatch that if you like, of course. Bye, Dart VR. Thanks for joining. Okay, so goodbye, hello, bye. Okay, so you see, to end live, right? Bye, Louis Patui. I need to press once, twice, and freaking third time. Can you see that? That's just so stupid. Bye. Whew. Dobra. Whoa. Oh, I still might be streaming on, on Twitch and on YouTube. I need to end live. I was just thinking about getting a pizza in the supermarket, but one of them is closed, but I can still manage to go to the other one, which closes at 10 p.m. Oh, this is so fun. Thanks Twitch and YouTube. I don't know if anybody watched that live on YouTube. Sorry for not being able to read your comments, technical problems, but I will next time. All the best.